you know, sometimes I don't even know how to start. I don't even know where to begin. I can feel people's pain. I can empathize with people. Whether it's pain that they caused on themselves, whether it's pain that was created and they inherited emotional pain, but I can empathize with people when they feel in pain. However, sometimes a lot of what we go through is what we cause on ourselves. Yes, we caused it. We can prevent some of the things that happens to us if we listen. You know, our parents were there to guide us. And many, they try, they do their best. I really do believe parents do their best. They do. Regardless how it's done, I think they do. And I say they do because what they did wrong was because they didn't know better. Because if they knew better, they would not have done it wrong. Yes, parenting is not easy. And I will tell you this. We look at parenting as having a mother and father. But remember that old saying, it takes a village to raise a child? The village is not a parent, right or wrong, but it takes a village to raise a child. That was the pastor's favorite words when a child was offered up, as we say. When people talk to us, we don't listen. We don't. Sometimes when people criticize us, we look at the person and what they're benefiting by criticizing us. Whatever secondary gains, there is a secondary gain. However, that's not our concern. What we should be concerned about when people are criticizing us is for us to listen what's being said and analyze it. Take it in, analyze it, and see how you can make the difference. Yes. You see, I'll tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit, because my channel, Real Stuff, Real, is mainly about my experiences in life and what I have encountered. I told you before I was a stepchild because my stepfather passed away and my mother passed away. I wasn't my mother's favorite child. No, I wasn't. I wasn't my mother's favorite. My mother had a favorite. Unfortunately, it didn't serve her well to have a favorite. But she had a favorite, yes. And I know I wasn't my mother's favorite child. And I was a stepchild because she had 6 other children with her husband. Okay. I remember telling my mother one day, about 2 years before she passed, I said to her, you know, you were really hard on me. You were tough on me. But I appreciate your toughness. Yeah. Because you were so tough on me, it helped me to be who I am today. She smiled and she said, I was hard on you? I said, you were very hard on me. Very. She was very hard on me. She didn't like me. She liked me, but she didn't like who she saw in me because I looked like my dad. And she stopped liking my dad when she was pregnant with me. So you can imagine how it felt. But I can tell you one thing. I am so happy she made the decision to birth me. I think the best and most favorable gift anyone can receive is to be born. Yes. I will tell you, I have a teacher, she's still alive, who's like my mother. And I said to her one day, you know, Auntie Monica, whatever you go through in your young years is a preparation for what you are to face, to go through in your older years. Yeah? Because I'll tell you, when you get older, when you're young, you have problems, but when you get older, you have more problems. Yes? Bigger problems. And you might wonder, well, why? It's not you, it's people. You have to understand, not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody is supposed to like you. And when people don't like you, they treat you a certain way. Just like my mother did. You know, my sister, one of my sisters told me one time, I called my mother and I was talking to my mother. And she was with her other children and in-laws. And while I was talking to her, she was pushing the phone aside. She didn't want to talk to me. And she said to my mother, the woman wants to talk to you. Why are you pushing the phone away? Yeah. But I'm still grateful. I'm still happy. She made the decision to carry me for 9 months and give birth to me. And I'll tell you, as much as, I want to say this the right way, as much as I had a hard life, I still believe, I know that it wasn't as hard for me as it was for some people. And if you ask me, Emily, would you like to be born again? I would say absolutely. Would you like to have the same mother? Absolutely. Would you like to have the same father? Absolutely. You know why? That's the only way I could have been me, and I will be me. I wouldn't trade it for anything else in this world. And I have learned that when people criticize me, to analyze what's being said, see where I'm wrong, and see how I can make the difference. Real stuff. Real.